everyone. I hope everyone having a good day. I want to thank you for all being here for Natalie's IEP meeting. I know everyone has really busy schedules, so I really appreciate you all coming out here and joining as a team, and it's all for Natalie, which is what we need to remember throughout the meeting. My name is Emily Webster, and I'm the special ed teacher here. And throughout the meeting, if you look on the screen, all the documents are going to be up and live from my computer, so any changes we make, you're going to be able to see. And I'm going to start by just passing out the agendas that we have for the day. Make sure everyone gets one. And I'm going to have everyone just go around and introduce yourselves and explain your role a little bit in this meeting.
My name is Meg McAvoy, and I'm the school psychologist here. I'm the one who administered all the evaluations that you previously gave us permission to give to Natalie, and I'm also the one who was able to interpret the results.
Hi, I'm Kelly Hutchins. I'm Natalie's third grade teacher. I'm the one that previously referred her to the special education process and to get all of these evaluations done. Natalie's been a pleasure in my class. I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you. I'm Linda, as you might know, Natalie's mom. Unfortunately, my husband couldn't come today. He's very busy with work, but we both appreciate all your hard work that you're putting into Natalie's education.
Hi, I'm Ms. Rice. I'm the principal here, and I'm also serving as the local education agency representative. And I'm just here on behalf of the school. I'm here to oversee this meeting that we have here today. Okay, so first off, I would like to begin by saying that throughout this meeting, I'll be documenting notes. I'll be taking notes of all disputes or proposals, refusals, or anything else that comes up during this meeting. And I just want to go over what we did in the last meeting too. So in the last meeting, we discussed Natalie's reading and math abilities in her general education setting. We concluded that the interventions in place for her were not showing as much progress as we had liked. Also, according to observation and informal logs by Ms. Hutchins, we're noticing her just having a very hard time, and you said that you noticed some of these struggles as well.
Yeah, and at first I wasn't sure if she was just a little crazy. A little hyper. My little Natalie, she's a little hyper, but we love her.
So you agreed on that, and you also signed off that we could do some testing to see if there was anything else we could do to help her.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the purpose of this meeting today is to discuss the results of Natalie's evaluations and to engage in a group discussion about what services, if any, to provide to help her education.
Okay.
So next, I would like to provide you with the parent handbook.
Okay, I think you might have given me one of these at the last meeting.
Yes, we'll just take that home and you can have another one. And my contact information is on the side.
Oh, all right.
And that just explains your rights as a parent
in
this IEP process. And we just want you to know that you're a key role in this.
Okay.
And that we all need to work together in order to, because our main concern here is doing what's best for Natalie. Therefore, we're all on the same team here.
I'll put this.
I would like us to converse respectfully to one another and to stay on subject of Natalie and her education. If we have any other issues, I will make note of it over here, and we can bring it up at another time.
Okay.
And lastly, I just want you to know that we have begun writing an IEP based on just filling in her evaluations. But all these drafts can be changed or revised, and anything that we say in this meeting can be put in there.
Okay.
We can change that. They're all in drafts.
We want you to know that you have input, and this is not a finalized document in any way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We'd like to go over the evaluations that we're conducting.
Okay, so as where I come in, the first test that we're just going to look at, I'll give you a sheet of all the things that you checked off.
Okay.
So that's what we looked at, and I just want to explain the K-bit. For her, that looks at her intelligence.
Okay.
And her composite standard score, that consists of verbal and nonverbal, was 110, which is an average score, which is great.
Okay.
The next we did the Vineland, and that looks at adaptive behavior. For communication, she scored a 70. Daily living skills, a 76. Socialization, 67. So overall for that composite score was a 68, which is well below average. So we definitely took that into consideration. The next was Connors, which was filled out by her teacher. It was the short version, and this looks at behavior. For inattention, she scored a 77, which is below average. Hyperactivity and impulsivity was greater or equal to 90, which is average. Learning problems and executive functioning is 75, which is below average. Defiance and aggression was 55, which is below average. And peer relations, which was a 66, is also well below average. We then looked at the KTEA 2, which looks at achievement, so that's basically looks at her intelligence score based on what she can achieve. And for reading, she got a 69. For math, it was a 47, I'm sorry. Writing was a 78, so overall that standard score was a 59, which was well below average.
And what was that for again? I'm sorry.
That was for the KTEI, which is achievement.
Okay.
So looking at those two areas, we focused into two worksheets. One is for specific learning disability, and the other one is OHI. So those just showed you what the scores were and kind of talked about the observations and stuff that has taken place since we started this process. So based off of my interpretations of the results and the other data the team discussed, we have decided that Natalie will be falling under specific learning disability for her eligibility.
Okay, not the other health impairment. So what was the other health impairment that she was tested for? Or
So with that, I know you brought in a note from our doctor saying that she has been diagnosed with ADHD, so we did look into other health impairment as well, and that's the other worksheet that you can see there.
Okay.
But with that, both her current teacher and Miss Webster have not seen the ADHD impact her educational ability.
Okay, so even though she has a diagnosis, she won't be served in the school for that because it has nothing to do with her education?
It has not negatively impacted her education.
Okay, I
we can
understand.
see so far. Again, if in the future something is brought up, we can address that.
That's good to know.
But for
Okay,
right now,
thank you.
We're gonna stick with
I think Ms. Hutchins has seen in her class that Natalie is, hyper and really active,
Yeah.
but we don't see that as the main reason for her deficits in reading and math.
Okay, that makes sense because it was a concern of mine that maybe we want to look into medication, but if it's something that's not adversely affecting her, then maybe we'll take some time.
And that's
to
something
work
that the
on it.
team and everyone will continue to look at, but
Mhm.
she won't necessarily be provided services for that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Within my classroom, what I've noticed with the learning disability that we've found on the evaluations is that Natalie does know all of her letters and is able to recite them and read them correctly on print when printed. And with this alphabetic knowledge, she's able to write her own name in simple sentences, and when reading, she's able to decode one-syllable words, but when it comes to multi-syllabic words, it's really difficult for her. She ends up getting very frustrated because she's not able to decode those. And so I've done a few curriculum-based measurements with her, and with a time limit of 60 seconds and a third grade reading level passage, she scores about 60% accuracy when reading those. But when given the same time limit of 60 seconds, but with a second grade level reading passage, she scored about a 70. So we've determined that she's reading slightly below a third grade level, which is a little less than we would like for her because we think she does have potential. And in math, she's able to recall numbers 0 through 100 verbally and when printed on paper, and she's able to accurately solve one-digit problems with addition and subtraction. But she does struggle when it comes to double-digit addition and subtraction. Throughout the quizzes in my class, I've found that Natalie is able to complete about half, like 50% of the problems that consist of 20 third grade addition and subtraction problems. So that's unfortunately a little below where we would all like her to be. We think that she's able to do much more, but unfortunately the learning disability has kind of interfered with that. She is a chatty girl, and I've seen her hyperactivity in class. She works great in small groups and with doing work when she can talk to people, and she's all over the place. But when it comes to doing work on her own, gets very frustrated because I'm not able to give her the attention that she needs when I'm addressing the whole class. So she tends to get up and get frustrated and, tap her knees and tap her pencil and walk around and interfere with the other peers in her class and their learning. So
I could see her doing that.
yes, she is very chatty and she's a great, sweet girl, but sometimes it's just inappropriate and it's interfering with her education.
I
Right
say
now.
she gets it from her dad.
Of course.
Okay, and so what she just explained to you, as you can see on